Field here in Plymouth, New Hampshire for today's Plymouth Regional High School home opener. They'll be going up against Gilford Belmont. We have a good crowd on hand as they're filing in on what is just a beautiful day. And we're Pemmy Baker TV and Granite State Sports Network bringing you today's game. I'm Tim Tyler, and doing the game with me today, the renowned and famous broadcaster, Paul Ferentz.
This is a home opener, Tim, and I am excited. Plymouth coming off a big win after that first week loss to Bow, 8-7, which is a heartache, but both teams are feeling each other out. They'll probably meet themselves in the playoffs. But what a great day. A little hot out there for the Pads, but I'm excited. This home opener is going to be a nice crowd. The pep band is all revved up, and I'm hoping it's an exciting game. A pretty good quarterback over on the Gilford's Belmont side, so maybe we'll get some action.
I had a chance yesterday to do a brief interview with Coach Sanborn here at the field, and one of the things he emphasized was the key, obviously, to getting into the Division II playoffs, he felt, was going 7-2 or better, and of course that's their goal at this point. And Division II is very competitive this year. At this point, there are still 4 unbeaten teams, so they're going to have the work cut out for them. But they had a big win last week against John Stark, and I asked Coach Sanborn how he felt about their rebounding from such a tough loss at Bow by 1 point.
Yeah,
and he was pleased with how they rebounded and came back last week. So they're 1-1, and they hope today they can go up 2-1 against Gilford Belmont.
It is a tough division. It will be a mad scramble for the playoffs, and hopefully you want a best case scenario, you get that home playoff game. But I bet you any one of those 4 teams are an injury away from not going to reach those goals of 7-2 or what have you. So it's going to be, I think, a tight race, and you got to stay healthy and maybe catch a few breaks here and there. But most of all, stay healthy. And so far, so good for Plymouth. I don't think they're down anybody. And they had a great showing last week, as you mentioned. Mm-hmm. And I think John Stark was banged up, and they didn't have their best showing. But, yeah, Plymouth, they're only going to get better every week. You know how these coaching staffs prepare. And they got these kids tuned in. And they got some new bodies on the field after trying to replace the 1-2 punch of Kevin Mom and OB. With Owen Brickley, but my goodness, they're not reloading, but they're retooling, and they're going to get some use out of, like I mentioned earlier, Robert Oliver, a senior on the field now. Good athletic brain. He's instinctive athletically, and he's doing very well for them. We'll see if he can muster the same effort against the best teams they're going to play. But they do that, and they find these kids, and they put them in the right position to be successful, and I love that about them.
Well, Coach Sanborn and his staff have done a great job the last couple of years as far as fielding very competitive teams. And I think we're going to now go to the press box because we're going to have a dedication. Brian McCarthy, broadcast booth dedication. Brian did the Plymouth games for several years.
We at Plymouth Regional High School and the NHIAA understand what an honor it is for student athletes to represent their schools and towns. Please let us be positive in every aspect of this game, sportsmanship from the players, coaches, and fans. Positive cheering only and respect by everyone is expected for the officials' work in today's game. Thank you and enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the Bobcats sideline, where we want to welcome Gail McCarthy, wife of the late Brian McCarthy, along with their daughter Erica, with her 2 children, Cassie and Brian. Today, we honor the memory of Brian McCarthy, the long and loyal radio voice of the Bobcats, by dedicating the home broadcast booth to the football tower in his name. Brian McCarthy broadcast play-by-play of Bobcat football for 30 years. Not only did he do the play-by-play, but he kept the official statistics of the game while covering it. Brian was a longtime sports editor of the Plymouth Record-Citizen and later become the editor of the entire newspaper. Joining the McCarthy family along the sideline is Superintendent of Schools Mark Halloran, Athletic Director Jim Carey, and Bobcat head football coach Chris Sanborn. They will be presenting the McCarthy family a plaque to commemorate this day. A similar plaque will be mounted on the wall of the broadcast booth. The plaque reads, "The Brian McCarthy broadcast booth, the long and loyal voice of the Bobcats. Brian McCarthy is honored this day for his dedication to Plymouth Bobcat football. His legacy of broadcasting Bobcat football play-by-play for 30 years is a tribute to his community spirit and commitment to the student athletes of the Plymouth area regional high school. On this day, the Penny Baker Regional School Board recognizes and honors Brian McCarthy by dedicating this broadcast booth to his memory. Thank you to Gail and Erica for sharing Brian with all of us.
Okay, we're back after that wonderful dedication to Brian McCarthy. He did ball games, as I said, for 30 years here in Plymouth on the radio, and I didn't realize it, but he kept all the statistics as well. Certainly a well-remembered voice for Bobcat football.
He was really terrific. I enjoyed him, getting him on the radio, him and Dwayne Dembeck. And he was true blue Bobcat through and through. Mm-hmm. And he really enjoyed it. If he felt it was a privilege for him. And he did see some terrific teams, terrific games. And we know he loved it. And it's a wonderful dedication in his honor.
Yeah, he had a chance to see a number of those years where the Bobcats had their rivalries with Sauhegan and going way back, even with the games with Bishop Brady and Franklin when you go way back.
Way back, yeah.
30 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And certainly he's an institution and well-deserved that the tower across the field here is being dedicated in his memory. As we move towards today's game, had a chance to talk with Chris Sanborn yesterday a little bit during the practice here. And actually one thing he's really happy about is their home. They had two scrimmages, preseason scrimmages over in the Connecticut River Valley and down at Dover. And their first two games were both on the road at Bo and John Stark. So he said it's nice to be home. And he did emphasize if they can get to the playoffs, that's key. And he's looking at probably 7-2 to be able to do that. So he's pleased with how the team bounced back after their opener. Lost a real tough one by 1 point. Bo scored in the fourth quarter after trailing for a fair part of the game. I think there's only 4 or 5 minutes left in the game when they came up with that score. And so the Bobcats really bounced back again last week with a 44-0 victory over John Stark. And he sees that Division II as being very competitive. This is Tim Tyler from PBTV, and I'm here with Coach Sanborn of the Plymouth Bobcats. Coach, 2 games down, 1-1, a tough loss in an opener, but a big win last week against John Stark. Coming and how your team bounced back after the heartbreaker in the opener.
Well, you know, we talked to the kids all season about just getting better every week. We got better after the Upper Valley Jamboree, better after Dover, got better after Bo going into week 2 at John Stark. The kids played great. You know, I told the kids after the game, you know, they're a little disappointed with the loss, but there's a lot of positives to take from it. You know, it's a team with 18, 19 starters coming back. We played well. You know, it's a moral victory. The trouble is once you put the moral victory off to the side, we had the chance to win the game. We should have won it. You know, so they were disappointed, but the only thing I said to them was, we just got to get better next week. Forget about that winning streak we lost. It's out of the way. And let's focus on next week with John Stark. And we've said all along, you know, we want to be 7-2 at least to get in the playoffs. And we got to beat John Stark. And the kids played great. We didn't have a great first quarter, fumbled a couple times, but, you know, we went 2 consecutive plays with a fumble, and then later on in the game we had 5 offensive plays and scored 4 touchdowns. So it's how good we can be, but it's also how bad we can be at the same time. You know?
One of the questions I was going to ask you in that John Stark game, what was the key plays that kind of turned it around in your favor?
Well, I thought the tackle trap by Joe Cleary early on that first touchdown was a great play. And not long after that, Joe D'Ambruso, who had fumbled the ball, he took like an 80-yard touchdown in. I thought those things really gave us momentum. Joe Cleary had a great day. Caught a pass out of the backfield for a touchdown. Had some great downfield blocking by Trevin Sanborn, and Charlie Como sprung him for a touchdown. And, and then on top of that, Robert Oliver, his first year playing football as a senior. He's got some athletic ability. Usually doesn't know what he's doing, but he had a great game. He scored 2 touchdowns, first 2 of his career, so that was good to see. He made a mistake on a play and knew what the mistake he made, scored on the next play, scored a touchdown. So I was impressed with it. He's coming a long ways in a short period of time. We'll kind of throw him to the wolves a little bit, but, it's good to see that.
You've got Gilford Belmont up next tomorrow on Saturday. What do you fear most as far as what they can put out here in the field tomorrow?
Well, it's just lack of experience. Gilford Belmont's got a lot of kids that started last year. I don't know what they lost to seniors. I always think there's one senior they lost off the team. These kids were all sophomores last year, now they're all juniors. So that experience factor, they're going to be a little more comfortable with what they're doing. They do a lot of things. The quarterback runs the ball. And for our kids, it's about playing fundamental football and not making mistakes. And we did that against Bo. They ran some passes. We left guys uncovered late in the game. Quarterback sealed the victory with the keeper, and we were out of position. That's the thing that worries me, is kids not doing their jobs. We're hoping to have Ian Trider back. He got hurt early in the game last week, his hip. He's at fullback and linebacker and couldn't end up playing in the game. He really sore. He's come back slowly this week, so we're hoping to have him because he's a key player on defense. He played a lot last year, and obviously he's our starting back, knows what he's doing. So I think the biggest thing is just limiting mistakes. We talk about assignment football all the time and trust the system, and hopefully we'll do that Saturday.
You're 2 weeks down in the season, and at this point, when you look at Division II, what teams have surprised you that may end up making the playoffs you might not have expected?
Well, it surprised me. Obviously, Bo is very good. We knew that coming in. In the Southern Conference, there's some very good teams. St. Thomas just beat Alvern last week. That was kind of a surprise. Alvern's got a lot of guys coming back. Hollis Brookline's looked very good down there, and Souhegan have looked very good. The team that's looked the best down there is Milford, and they're loaded, and they are very, very good. And I think right now they're kind of the class of Division II, and hopefully everybody's looking to knock them off. But until that happens, they're kind of rolling right now.
So big game tomorrow. Here, home opener for you guys. Want to wish you the best of luck. And any last comments as far as tomorrow and the rest of the season at this point?
Well, I can tell you, we went over to the Upper Valley Jamboree. We went down to Dover to scrimmage. We went on the week 1 to Bow, week 2 to John Stark. We are just happy to have a home game. I can tell you, we are excited to get back and play on George Zulius Field because it feels like it's been a long, long time.
Well, I think a lot of Plymouth people would agree. It's nice to have you home again.
We're sure excited. Thank you very much.
Thanks. So we're back here at the Zulius Field. The Bobcats received the opening kickoff. They have the ball around their own 29-yard line.
1st and 10. No go on that line. Stopped him for no gain. It's going to be tough in this heat. I don't think they're used to this. We've had a little break in the weather. It's got to be hot in those pads today. But they got a couple of big boys on that line for Gilford Belmont.
Okay, Paulie, got a 2nd and 10 here. Let's see where they go with it.
I'd give it to Brickley.
All right, now there's a yellow flag, and it looks like they may
illegal
5
procedure.
yards, yeah.
That's not a way you want to start off. That Coach Sanborn is not going to be happy with that.
You don't see a lot of that out of a Bobcat team. They're very well coached, and they make very few mistakes.
Yeah, not the start they were looking for. They got to be careful here. Just play it safe, I think. I don't know if Cody's arm is warmed up.
So we're going to have a 2nd and about 15 now. They're back to their own 24-yard line.
They're stacking the front line for that Gilford team. They're all up on there on the line. You got D'Ambruso in motion. It's going around that far end. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more.
So it's going to be in a 3rd and long here, probably 3rd and 9.
Oh, that was Joey Cleary running, number 40. I said D'Ambruso? No. That was Joey Cleary getting the handoff and start this home opener. Senior defensive back and running back. So now we got 3rd and long.
So do you think this early in the game they'll go to the air?
I don't know who they thrown to this year. Dawson's gone. Who they got left? We don't even know.
They do have a veteran quarterback who can throw the ball.
Maybe a little rollout option. He falls, and he's down. Got tripped up by one of his own runners on the sweep, clearing out, and he was going to pass. He was back there to pass. So that's a terrible 3 and out.
Not the way they wanted to start. So let's see how special teams look and their defense on this first series. They'll be on defense. Punting deep in their own territory. He's back around the 6-yard line.
Is that Cole Johnston, 44?
Yes.
He's got to get one off here. That's a nice ball. Feels it, looking for an opening, and he gets tackled immediately.
Great coverage.
That's Dan Brusso.
Great coverage on that punt. They fielded it inside their own 50 at inside the 50 at their own 48.
Joey Dan Brusso's a veteran, starting since freshman year. So he's a key on this defensive team and certainly on the special teams.
And actually, they're back at their own 43. So good special teams coverage, Paul, on that.
Yeah, no gain. Quick pass to the sideline, right through his hands. Would have been a 4 or 5 yard gain if he had held onto it. He was well covered. This quarterback's got a pretty good arm. I think he's going to maybe try and open things up, Tim. Got to keep, Plymouth off balance. It only takes one heave. Get yourself on the scoreboard.
Well, this Gilford Belmont team can score points. They shut out Pembroke 40-0 and scored 17 against Merrimack Valley. So they're capable of putting points on the board.
Yep. Another pass. There's the play. Out to the sideline. It looks like he fought for the first down. Yes, he did. That's a good effort by number 24. Blake Discosto, running back, just a junior. So they're moving the chains right away.
They came in with a 1-1 record. As I said, they defeated Pembroke 40-0, and they lost a close one to Merrimack Valley 20-17.
But they're putting points up.
Yes, definitely.
So they know how to get the offense moving. Got a man in motion. Quarterback's back for the third play in a row. He's passing. He has to throw that away, though. Good coverage by Joey out there, number 19. I'd be surprised if Plymouth sees anything that they haven't seen during practice. As you know, we got this covered. John Spear probably filmed both their games, and you practice all week preparing for these rollouts, and this quarterback can hurt you with that good arm. But I don't think they're going to shock Plymouth with anything new. Again, 4 wide. Shotgun. First time today.
He wasn't ready for that.
Oh, that was awful. That's too bad. He didn't call for the ball, but the center had to let that one fly.
So it looks like it's they have about 10 yards to go here to get a first down.
Yeah, it's still second. They didn't flip that, so.
There was a penalty on that. Evidently, there must have been a procedure. I didn't see a flag, but he moved it back 5 yards.
Yeah, he just picked the flag up. I didn't see it go out either.
I didn't see it go out, no.
They did that to us last year, remember? All of a sudden, we see him picking up a flag. So this is going to be a tough play. He's going to put it in the air. That's what they've done so far. Four wideouts again. He's back. Lofts one down the sideline. No good. Would have been well covered anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they've run the ball yet.
No.
Thrown passes on every play.
Captain Cale Swanson was right there anyway to knock him out of bounds. Would have been close to a first, but they're trying to get in a rhythm. They haven't connected really well yet. And they're moving it back to the original line of scrimmage.
So we got a 3rd and 15 here, Paul. Obviously, they're probably going to stay with the air game at this point.
4 wideouts, 1 running back for blocking, no doubt. There's a man in motion. Quick pitch to him, and it looks like he's going to throw it. Nobody over there. Almost been a intentional grounding on that. There was no receiver within 10 yards. So Plymouth defense stands tall. They shut him down. A little sloppy on both sides of the ball so far, Tim.
Yeah, both offenses kind of feeling things out, not having a lot of success. Plymouth pretty much stayed on the ground, and Gilford Belmont went to the air. So they're going to have a punt here.
Right from the 50-yard line. Maybe it'll see if he gets a hold of this. Oh, it's going to be returned. It's a sidewinder. Tries to catch it and touches it. I can't believe that Gilford doesn't jump on his Gilford's ball. If he did, did he signal that way?
No, I don't think. They're giving it to Plymouth. That was close.
Didn't look like he touched that ball.
Yeah, it looked like he might have.
He came up to catch it.
Yeah.
Got to see the replay on that. Well, they dodged a bullet there. You know, if he did hit it, he would have.
Yeah, he would have gone.
He would have acted like he did and gone after it, but
they're back inside, probably at their own 19, again, deep in their own territory, which is where their first drive started, inside the 30. So let's see if they can get some better field position on this drive.
got 1 wide out. Man in motion for the Jet. Quick handoff there to number 42, it looks like, Ian Trider. Had a pretty good game last week, but for no gain. That Gilford line is standing tall right now.
Yeah, Coach Sanborn in the interview had mentioned that Ian Trider had a slight injury, but was hoping that he would be back, and he is today.
He's coming out. Cody Bannon got the play, and he's in. Got a man on the line already, out wide. Keeping the defense occupied over there. So 2nd and long. Quick handoff here. We're coming out wide. Tries to cut up field. That's Joey D'Ambruso. Short gain.
So it looks like they're going to have about a 3rd and 5 here at their own 25.
Yeah, he got a good chunk there. He did get a couple yards, so that's good. Makes it easier. You could run this ball if you need to. Gilford standing tall right now. And there you got like 8 guys right up there close, begging us to throw something. Yeah, they got the line stacked right now. Quick handoff. Going out wide. Going to look for that. He gets it to the chains and going to gain another 5 after. That was a good run.
Nice first down. He picked up probably 10 yards or so in that carry. It gets the ball now out at about the 35, 36-yard line.
That was Joey Cleary.
Nice run.
Good job, Joey. Good run. Gets the first down. Moving the change for Plymouth. First time today. And it's a big play. See if Plymouth goes into one of their patented 10-minute drives. Jet sweep coming around. He's got room. Cuts it upfield. It's going to be another 10-yard gain. That's a good run, too.
Yeah, I made a nice cut on this end and picked up another 6 or 7 yards out of that.
That's Joey D'Ambruso. He's defense and offense. He's running pretty well right now.
They seem to be having some success running these sweeps wide as opposed to the running game up the middle on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they stick with that.
There goes Joey in motion. Cody's back to pass. He sees a man downfield in the middle. Goes up and grabs it. What a great catch. $34.84. Who is that?
It was a great catch, and he was covered, too. He had a guy right on him.
Is it Cale Swanson, captain? Trevin Sanborn. Way to go, coach. Calls his boy's number, and he goes up and gets it with those big meat hooks of his. That's a great catch. He was covered well, but he just went up and took it from him like a rebound. That's a big gainer.
And the Bobcats are mixing up their plays now and having some success.
There's a quick one up the middle, quick look.
You run a couple sweeps, you throw a pass, and it opens up that middle.
You soften them up a little.
Good 6 yards on that.
Good gain. I think that's number 42. Ian Trider back in the game, doing well. Good job, Ian.
So, Paul, this looks like one of those patented Plymouth drives at this point, as you said.
Yeah.
We're looking down. I think we're down around the 20-yard line at this point.
Yep. Tick, tick, tick. Mixing it up well. Another wide out wide there. Bannon with a quick handoff to number 23. Fighting for yards. It looks like another first down. That's Robert Oliver, the senior they picked up this year. They got some good use from him last week, and I hope he stays with it.
And Coach Sanborn in the interview yesterday had brought up Robert Oliver's name, I believe first year playing football, and had a couple big plays at the John Stark game.
He did, and it's good to see him out there. He's a good athlete, good student athlete, basketball player. That's his main thing. But to have him out there and contributing, that's fabulous. So here we go. Wow, look at the fight for yards on that play.
And was that Robert Oliver again? Looked like it might have been. Yeah, it was. And a first down.
You know, he's bigger than he looks, and he's stout, and he's quick. So you hit that hole, and you got to go from there. He's going to drag a few linemen with him, linebackers.
He runs close to the ground. He looks pretty powerful,
Yep.
hard to bring down.
Yep.
And they've got him down now, deep, real deep here. I think it's around the 5-yard line.
Trevin Sanborn out wide. Another good handoff inside quick. Wow, there's a big hit.
Might have picked up a yard on that.
That was Robert Oliver. Another call for Robert, number 23. So it's rushing by committee.
The Bobcats hoping they get the first score of the afternoon here on this drive. It's been a great drive so far. Mixed up the plays well. One pass with a couple of sweeps, and they've had some success up the middle here in the last 3 or 4 plays.
And in this heat, you want to tire that defense out. Another quick handoff. Up the middle, he walks it in. Robert Oliver. Good job.
So it seems that the Bobcats have figured out what they need to do to move the football. Nice drive, time-consuming drive, mixing everything up. Kind of a pretty typical Plymouth Bobcat drive.
I can't see the clock, but they did chew up. 3 minutes left in this first period, so they took a big chunk of time. Close to 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes anyway. I think this is Pete Wingstead with the kicking duties. After last year, did a terrific job. That kick is up and good. Getting some good instruction, I was told yesterday, by Jeff Beckley, who's back in town, who kicked here many, many years ago and got a full scholarship to Boston College to kick for Bicknell, and had a good career.
I think he was in the pros for a short period of time as well.
Yep, he was. Played in Europe, we know that, a couple of years. He did quite well. His claim to fame, and I'll never watch it on a nationally televised game, he came out, full face on screen. He kicks it to Desmond Howard, who takes it back for a touchdown. And Beckley looked like he was trying to dance with him when he went by him, but that was it. Wow. That was. Hey, you got full national coverage on that.
Uh-huh.
So Plymouth is on the board for their home opener, 7-zip against the Gilford Belmont team. About to kick off now. Pete Wingstead going to get a foot into this. Nice ball. Sends him back a little. He's going to let it go. Lets it run into the end zone. Smart play. They get it on their own 20. Are they going 20 or 25? I know the pros go 25 now.
Yeah, I think high school still is the 20.
Yeah.
And let's see if they go to the ground some now, because in the first series, they were going to the air on every play. I don't know that they had a running play. So we'll see if they decide to try the ground game.
Well, they don't have the wideouts in there. They're all tight on the line. You got a tight end on the right. Oh, he's going to pass. He's rolling out, looking for somebody. That was not a good play. That was a poorly thrown ball.
He had some open field on this side. I'm surprised they didn't pull it down and try to get some yardage on the ground.
At least get something.
But again, another pass play. The formation didn't look like it was going to be a pass, but they threw it.
They got to run a play eventually, don't they?
I would think they might have a running play at some point, but
quick pitch. Somebody turned a corner. They tried that option with the running back. That didn't go anywhere.
he ended up throwing it. So. Oh, here's
a running back.
Here's a running play.
And he gets out wide. He turns a corner. That was a great run.
Yeah, he had one guy to beat, and he might have had 20, 30 yards down that sideline.
That was terrific. That's the way to soften him up. That was Blake, the running back. Descato, it looks like. Just a junior. So a good gain. That'll keep Plymouth interested in watching what he's doing now.
So we got a third down and about 5.
And we got the 4 wideouts.
Somebody jumped.
Yeah, it looked like a Plymouth.
It looked like Plymouth, and that may get a first down out of this.
Here's a break.
Yep, they're going to give them a first down, so they didn't have to run a play, and they got the first down.
I think that could have been Trevin Sanborn. So forget about that great catch. He's off to the sideline. And Gilford's still in business here. 1st and 10. Looking to pass again. This kid is not sharp today. He has not found his rhythm. And he must be pretty good if you score 40 points in a previous game. But they haven't found their rhythm today. It's going to be second, still 10 yards to go.
Well, the Bobcats are known for being generally each year a pretty good defensive team. And over the years, I haven't seen too many teams have a great deal of success throwing the ball on them. You've got to have a pretty strong passing attack to be able to do that.
Got a man in motion. He's back to pass again. He's got a man open down the sideline, just out of reach.
He had his guy beat, but the pass was overthrown.
No, he ran right by Colby Cross.
Yeah,
if he caught that, he might not have.
He might have gone.
He might have gone. But I'm sure they've connected on that play before, and they're not going to give up on it. You could tell that. But it's still 10 yards to go for a first. No wideouts. Tight formation. Still back to pass. Right down the middle, wide open.
Oh, he
got right by and tricked everybody.
He's going to take it to the house.
Cleary's trying to track him down, but this kid's got some wheels too. That's a big play, and that's what they're waiting on. So you go 0 for 10 on your passes until you hit the big one for 6.
And if they can convert, we'll have a tie game.
He was wide open.
He was.
I think somebody missed an assignment.
But the play before on this sideline, he had a receiver open, but it was overthrown. He hit his receiver right on that. And when you hit him right on stride, it's tough to catch up.
That's true. And Joey Cleary's not slow. He's fast. He was out there, but the guy went right by him. A well-thrown ball. And let's see if they got a kicker. Down, up, and did that go through? Barely.
Went through barely.
Beautiful. It's still a point.
7-7 here. Late in the first period. Impressive by Gilford Belmont. They've been throwing the ball on almost every play, and they hit a big one on that.
Go 1 for 10 and then find the guy you're looking for. And I'm sure they're going to try and do that all day. Stick with what got you here. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So it's like shooting 3 balls all day. Finally, you start hitting them. But that was well-executed play. Very patient by Gilford, Belmont. And the quarterback's got a good arm. He put that right where it needed to be. So let's see if we can respond here. Cole Johnson's back, number 44. Back there with Robert Oliver. See if we can get a little run back going. Maybe find a wall on the sideline. good opening day contest.
Yes. Beautiful day, too.
Here's the kick. This is going to be returned. Cole Johnson's got it. He's at the 20. He's going to go wide. He's looking for more room down there. He's still got a man. He's still going down that sideline. What a great return.
They're going to have great field position. He got it over midfield down to about the 45.
That's the way to respond.
Yeah.
That's a good response.
Yeah. We're going to see they're going to place it at the 47 of Gilford Belmont. So we got it into Gilford Belmont territory. And great starting field position in this drive for the Bobcats.
Where are they going now?
I don't know. It looks like
one of those invisible flags?
I did not see a flag. I looked all over the
goodness,
field.
I don't get this.
This must have been a clip or a hold or blocking the back, something, because it's going back to the 32, 33-yard line.
I can't wait to watch this on TV to see if I can find that flag.
Well, the reason they're yellow is so you can see them, but I didn't see one come out because I scanned the field. And
wow.
Instead of being in Gilford Belmont territory, they're back at their own 22. That's too bad. That was great starting field position.
Yeah, they had a good wall. It must have been blocking the back, something silly. Special teams are pretty good. You usually get a couple of points out of the special teams. We're recovering a fumble or what have you, but we're back in the hole here. Going to have to work for this.
Big difference starting field position at your own 22 versus beyond midfield.
Got one wide out wide. Quick handoff. Right off tackle. He's going to get a couple yards out of it. That's fine.
Got about 6 on that, so that's a good first down play.
That's Ian Trider running hard. Yep, good gain. 5-6 yards.
And again, they seem to have loosened up that Gilford Belmont defense when they ran the sweeps on that last drive.
Well, we got to move the chains at least once and respond after that terrific touchdown by Gilford Belmont. Here we are with another keeper by Cody Bannon. He turns a corner. Looks like he got the first down, Tim.
Yeah, nice run.
He has some blockers out in front of him, and they are moving the chains. Good job, Plymouth.
Important to bounce back after that big touchdown.
Yep, Tom Lamb's going to be talking to that defense about that. Up close to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bobcats. Looking to get back on the board, respond to that great touchdown. That looked a little jammed up. That looked like a miss. Looked like a broken play of some sort.
Yeah, they lost about 3 yards on that. So it's going to be 2nd and long. That's just going to be 2nd and 11. I guess they only lost a yard.
Yeah, that was a botched play, miscue.
And you don't see that often with the Bobcat offense.
No.
It's a pretty well-oiled machine. It's rare.
They're very efficient. We got a timeout right now. Pemmy Baker TV.
Bringing you today's game between the Plymouth Bobcats and Gilford Belmont.
With Granite State Sports Network. What a treat for these kids and the parents who can't make it to the game today. They get to watch this all week. And a great learning tool for the coaches as well. So 7-7.
Good for first period. And both teams have shown the ability to move the ball, and actually both defenses have also shut both offenses down. So it's been a good mix of football from both sides of the ball.
Good little test. I didn't check with the Union leader and with their predictions. I wonder what that was. They usually come up with scores and such and who should win. I didn't check it. Maybe look it up during halftime. Well, no injuries so far in this heat.
Mm-hmm. And actually a good crowd on this side of the field. The Plymouth faithful came out on really almost a summery type day. A lot of people on the bankings on the left. This field famous for those. Famous for people bringing their lawn chairs and sitting up and watching the game from that vantage point.
Bunch around the corner, sitting in the shade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a sun worshiper myself.
So we've switched ends, so the Bobcats now will be going from the right to the left.
with a loss of a yard on the last play. This is a good quick handoff to Ian Trider again. He's going to get back a couple yards, and it looks like picked up 5 anyway.
So they're going to have a third and manageable, about a 3rd and 3 maybe on this.
Again, are we passing? Are we... Ian's out. D'Ambrosso's coming in. Here comes Cody Bannon with the play.
And this is kind of a big third down play at this point. They really need to keep this drive going to answer for that touchdown.
You want to maintain the momentum. Quick handoff there. He's dodging. Didn't get it. That was Joey D'Ambrosso. Picked up a few yards, but they're going to be shy of the first down.
So it's going to be 4th and 2. And I doubt that Chris Sanborn's going to go for it here inside at midfield.
That would not be typical. However, here comes Cody with the play.
I'm not seeing a punter.
Cody with the play.
I don't see a punter coming in this game at this point. I'm a little surprised.
It's a long 2 yards.
And they may try to draw them offside, too. That may be a count to see if they can get them offside.
Trevin Sanborn out wide, and we got the jet screen. Here comes Joey Cleary. He's got to turn the corner. He finds some opening. He's going down the sideline. I don't think they're going to catch him. You got one last guy to beat. Wow, what a great play. Great call. Joey Cleary takes it in for 6. That's the way to answer on a 4th down play.
Amazing play. You know, Sanborn has the ability to surprise you with some of his calls, and I think everyone is figuring they're going to go up the middle on that.
That was gutsy.
Yeah, and he ran a sweep.
That was gutsy. It didn't look like he was going to make the corner either.
No, it was close. But
he stuck with it. He turned on the Jets, outran them all.
And that's going to be kind of a dagger after, they had held them, and it was going to be a 4th and 2, and it looked like definitely they would punt.
Well, you're home. You're showing a lot of confidence in what you have already, and that was a good play, and it paid off. Pete Wingstead with a good kick. Another one that's good.
And that's an underestimated part of the game is the conversion kicks. I mean,
yeah, they add up.
They do, and the Bobcats have always been successful with that and done a good job. You miss one of those, and you're playing catch-up after that.
Well, remember with Alvern last year, couldn't convert on a 2-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 6 points. They missed 3.
Yep.
And that was a big difference in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But what a gutsy call by Chris Sanborn's offensive team here. Comes up with a jet sweep on 4th and 2 in his own territory.
That reminds me, if you go back to the state championship game against Bow 3 years ago, the play just before the end of the first half that he ran.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it was a 4th and a yard and ran the sweep.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
Just no one
That was outstanding.
That.
No, that was outstanding.
This is a similar kind of call. You really cannot.
That was McGowan who took it.
McGowan, yeah, great play. And that really turned that game around.
The Slaughter kid put up a good block, and he turned the corner and was gone. Another gutsy call. Looked like a Brady 1-yard sneak.
Yep.
Didn't need it. And this was terrific on your home field. You want to take charge, respond to that big touchdown, and Plymouth is now leading 14-7.
Yeah.
The big kickoff by Wingstead, that's going to go in the... Yeah, he's going to put them all in the end zone this year,
that's the second one that's gone right through the end zone.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be running too many back. He just played a tough game against Co Brown in soccer. He's a terrific soccer player. Oh. They lost in overtime 3-2, but what a well-played game against a really good team.
Well, the Bobcats, that's another weapon because then kicking off, if they're holding the opposing team to the 20-yard line every time.
Exactly.
That's 80 yards to go, and a lot of teams are going to make mistakes in that 80 yards.
You avoid getting dinged up on those special teams because that gets a little chaotic out there. So here we are, 1st and 10 from Gilford Belmont 20. Plymouth leading 14-7. Is this quarterback keeper?
Yeah. He got about 3.
He ran the ball.
Yeah, that's only the second time, I think.
He does it once a game. I want to see him put it back up.
I mean, it looks like they can, execute some of their pass plays. They've had some overthrows, but I showed us last series, they hit him right on the nose and scored that touchdown.
He's just a junior, this quarterback. He'll be back next year. Defensive adjustments here. He's looking to get out of the mess he's in. He got dropped. Is that ball loose?
I think they're going to call out a forward pass.
Oh, did he try and pass that?
Yeah, he tried to throw it forward.
thought he was
like a forward lateral type.
Thought he was already down. Where are they going to mark this? Oh, intentional grounding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're going to lose it down.
There was a yellow flag
Hey.
out there. Yeah, we saw a yellow flag.
That's too bad. That puts Gilford in a big hole. Going to lose it down. And I think it's 10 yards. They got to walk off.
Let's see. I'm not sure. No, it's only 5.
Okay.
But they lose the down.
Back to their 11-yard line.
Lost it down. 3rd and 12.
I can't see the yardstick.
It's about 12 yards. I think they said 3rd and 12.
Good scramble back here. Looking for a little room. He wisely walks out of bounds.
Unfortunately, he's way short of the first down. They're going to
Yeah.
have a 4th and about 9. So they're going to have to punt. And Plymouth should get good field position on this since they'll be punting back inside their 20. So the Bobcats, with that big play, that big 4th down play, have kind of turned this
I think it
around.
surprised everybody,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Certainly surprised Gilford.
Oh, what a terrible. He's scrambling back there, tries to kick it. Plymouth's going to pick this up. Somebody's going to pick it up. My goodness, 6 guys over there. Hot potato. They couldn't get a hand on it, but started with the center. He fumbled it back to the kicker. The kicker tried to get creative and move and kick it at the same time. Well, it's going to be Plymouth ball anyway, having been 4th down. So Gilford Belmont's looking at a tough situation they put themselves in. Defense has got to stiffen here. Plymouth is inside their 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get a 1st and goal. Looks like they placed the ball at about the 8.
That's a terrible break. The center can't get it back to the punter. You cannot do that. Quick handoff right up the middle. Ian Trider. Close to that goal line. Picked up some nice yardage inside.
Yeah, he's down about the 1 yard line.
Nifty run. Good run there.
Oh, they're going to mark it at the 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 2.
Ian back in with the play. Maybe quarterback sneak. Now you do the Brady quarterback sneak.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Joey D'Ambruso back there. Another quick handoff to Ian Trider.
And he's in.
He loses 1 tackler. Gets in standing up. Another big 6 points for Plymouth.
So now up 20-7. Pending an extra point, could be 21. See if Wingstead can make it 3 in a row here today.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he goes, makes them all this year. Union Leader had 28-7 Plymouth on their prediction, so they're not too far off. Beautiful kick.
Yeah, another one.
The funny thing is, he might not get a chance to kick a field goal this year. They won't even have to test him. Plymouth, the offense is moving the ball very well. And a tough break for Gilford. Gilford Belmont with a tough break. Intentional grounding, put themselves in a hole, and the center can't get the ball back to the punter. And that gives Plymouth an easy inside their own 10.
If you look at the events that have happened just in the last 5 or 6 minutes, I mean, this was a 7-7 game not that long ago.
Exactly.
And that one play, which was a 4th down risk, has really turned everything.
It's got to have Gilford guessing, but I can tell you what, this quarterback's going to be airing it out. Going to have to try and play catch up.
But a credit to the Plymouth coaching staff, again, with that play call, because that play call has just, again, created a whole different situation now in this game.
That was a gutsy call.
Very gutsy call.
Well executed, and Joey Cleary turned that corner, was gone. So it's 21-7. Still in the second quarter. Pete Wingstead's going to kick to the end zone again, no doubt. And Gilford's going to be trying to generate some offense. Probably in the air.
Wingstead kicking off for the Bobcats.
They really need to put something together now, or they're going to kind of fall into it where they're going to have trouble bouncing
easy
back.
to get discouraged. There's a nice kick. It's going to be returned.
First one.
Caught at the 11-yard line. Looking for a little room. He goes up the sideline. Gets hit hard and goes down hard at the 20-21. Good special teams. He picked up 10, and we held him there. And little Joey D'Ambruso on the tackle, number 19. He's everywhere.
Actually, it looks like you get it out to the 31 here. From
31?
Yeah, where they just put the...
Good 20-yard return.
Yeah, so better
My
field
mistake.
position. Better field position.
Yeah. Got a little room to work now. I tell you, a running play might catch us off guard.
Yes.
That looked like an offsides, but I don't see a flag. Not a bad throw and catch, but only for a yard gain. Bruso's right on him. The receiver on that play, number 3, is only a freshman. So he's got a bright future. He'll play next year with the same quarterback. Second and a long 9. Guilford Belmont at the 30, 31, 32-yard line. Handoff, looking to go up the middle. Bouncing around. Still fighting on his feet. What a great run by this kid.
They haven't run him much, but that was the best run they've had out of very few running plays. And it looks like he may have gotten a first down. Yes, he did.
Jack McLean, who's a backup quarterback, a junior, a hard-fought run to earn the moving those chains. That gives them a little breathing room. Good for them. Run and play caught us off guard.
Yeah. Only had 2 or 3 the whole game, and there's another one. Only a yard maybe out of that.
A little slow developing. Second, long 9. I can't see the clock and how much time is left. That's 7 minutes to the half. Can you tell?
I can't read it. The sun's really hitting right on it.
Second down and 9.
It's a case where it's easier to read that clock on a cloudy day.
Might have to get a new scoreboard down there.
Yeah.
We're in the shotgun now with the wideouts. And he is going to pass. He's back. But the rush is on, and he can't get any breathing room back there. He had a look downfield, but it didn't last long, and he gets dumped. Sacked in his backfield by, I don't know who. 71 coming right off. Jake Duquette, he was in on that.
So we're going to have 3rd and long here. 3rd and probably 13, 14 yards for Gilford. And we got a timeout on the field. Both teams going to their respective sidelines.
Got a referee out of gas over here. He's going to give him something to perk himself back up.
I imagine it's pretty hot out in there.
Yeah, it's hot.
The sun's right down on there. I would imagine it's hitting 80 and higher on that field today. So
a good timeout. I don't know who took it, but everybody's going to hydrate now. Get that referee something to drink.
And Gilford Belmont needs to come up with the kind of play Plymouth came up with a little while ago to kind of get back in this game. They're down 21-7 here, not quite halfway through the second period. And they really need to get this first down and see if they can march down the field and get a touchdown and get back in it.
Well, we thought they were going to have to air it out, so everybody on defense knows that.
Yeah.
And so they're bringing the rush, and they caught the kid, but the kid's got a great arm. We know he could put it out there. So you give him some time, maybe on some rollouts, or so he can get set up and find somebody downfield. He's capable.
I mean, he's had some guys open earlier in the game, overthrew them on a couple of occasions, but
Yeah, he was off.
yeah, but he did hit that big one.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw. And we're sure he's done that previous games. 21-7, they're going to have to climb out of this hole doing something. A lot of good college games on today. I think Wisconsin is playing Michigan. They scored 110 points in 2 games, Wisconsin. But we know Wisconsin has a fabulous offense. But you got Don Brown on the defensive side of Michigan State. Michigan. He's very tough. Good defensive coordinator. Started here at Plymouth State, I believe. Went to UMass and ended up big time with Harbaugh. Oh, I just found out the game is 35-0, so the defense is not holding up their end. Just too bad.
Well, I don't have any scores in any of the D2 games, but there are some big ones today. Bow will try to go 3-0. They're going to be going against John Stark at home.
That shouldn't be much of a contest. John Stark was banged up.
Yeah, yep. Kennett is going to be at Mammoth Valley today. Kennett's also 2-0. Sauhegan will be at Alvern. They're 2-0 at 7 tonight, based on.
That could be a pretty good game.
And after the first quarter, it's Bow 21, John Stark nothing.
Yeah, they haven't scored.
So just got that update. Milford is off. They're 3-0, but they're off this week. So those are some of the other games. Actually, as I said, Alvern will be at Sauhegan tonight. And I've got St. Thomas at Sanborn today. St. Thomas is 1-1. 7 minutes.
This game is brought to you by Penny Baker TV. Andrew Fenn, our producer.
7-0. I've just got an update. St. Thomas is leading Sanborn 7-0.
There you go.
So some of the other D2 teams and where they're at, competitive D2 this year, no question, with 4 unbeaten teams still left, and a lot of other clubs at 1-1, 2-1, whatever. And 2 of them are here today, 2 1-1 teams. So someone most likely will go out 2-1, unless we have a tie. And I don't know, did we have ties in high school football anymore?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. The pros still can have them, I know that. But I haven't heard of a tie in high school football
I don't
for quite
remember
a while.
Plymouth. Yeah, that's been a long time.
Yeah. So Gilford Belmont here needs to do something. They got a third and probably 12, 13 anyway to get a first down.
That's a nice play, nice execution. Didn't go too far. Got out of the hole, picked up a good 7 or 8 yards.
So they're going to have 4th and about 6. I guess it doesn't look like they're going to do what Plymouth did a few minutes ago.
Oh, they might consider if the center can't get the ball back to the punter.
But it looks like they're bringing the punting team out.
He blew that whole play up, really put him in a hole.
So they need to get this punt out and need to pin Plymouth deep. Punting from their own 45. Better snap.
Terrible kick. He's going to get a good bounce.
Yeah.
Get away from it. Joey Cleary was back there, but it never reached him. And Plymouth is going to take over somewhere around the 23-yard line, maybe.
It's going to be inside the 30, so they pushed them back somewhat. So Plymouth's got some yards to go to get the ball down to the end zone again. But again, their offense has moved the ball the last couple series. They've looked good.
Yep, 26-yard line. You are watching Granite State Sports Network with Pemmy Baker TV. A real treat for the people who can't make it to today's game and watch this on a replay. Handoff. Joey D'Ambruso turning it upfield. That's the same jet play that Joey Cleary scored. He's going all the way down the sideline. He finally gets run out of bounds just around the 10-yard line.
And you're right, that was pretty similar play to the score they had. I think it was with Cleary.
Yep, that was pretty much a jet.
Yeah.
And Joey's going to come out, get a little something, a little water, hydrate. Great running play.
That has obviously been, the sweep has been one of their most successful plays so far today. They've had a lot of success with yardage on it.
Well, the good defense came all the way across the field to clip him and knock him out of bounds. So that would look like it had 6 written all over it. But I'm not too sure you're going to keep Plymouth out of the end zone now when they're on their own 10-yard, when they're on the 10-yard line.
So we're going to timeout on the field.
Yeah, these guys got to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
It's hot out there.
Yeah.
I see Cabby out there. He's bringing these guys something to drink. Yeah, this is the hottest day of the year for the football games.
Mm-hmm. A month down the road, we'll probably be looking at temperatures in the 40s.
Yeah, that's why we love the fall.
Trees have not turned yet.
They're starting.
Yeah, they're going to, in a couple of weeks, you'll see some color here. All right, first down. Looks like it can be first and 10.
Trevin Sanborn out wide with those glittering gold shoes. Cleary in motion. Bannon's back to pass, and he's going down the sideline.
Oh.
Had him wide open. What a great play. That was Swanson out there. Had him wide open. That was a well-executed play. A little too much on it.
I'm sure that's one they'll go back to at some point. Because there was nobody on him.
No, wide open. It was a beautiful play. Supposed to connect on that. Back to the running game. Look at Sanborn's shoes. See the gold glitter on them, number 84? Another diva wideout. Look at this running play. Right up the middle. Still fighting. No quit there. Uh-oh. That was Ian Trider, so we got a flag out there. Could have been a personal foul, maybe? Unnecessary roughness? Oh, face mask.
So that's going to move it even closer. They're down around the 3 at this point.
Yeah, half the distance, so.
It's going to go down to the 1.5. That's half of the distance to the goal. All right.
Third down. Ian will punch it in again. Yeah, right around the 2.5-yard line.
So this is second down again based on the penalty.
Quick handoff to number 23.
And he's in.
Robert Oliver. Is that his second touchdown today?
Yeah, he runs low to the ground. He's tough to bring down. Really good and deep in near the goal line. He's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he runs hard.
Yep.
Tough to get a hold of him.
So 27-7. Let's see if we can make conversion number 4.
Boy, that's beautiful. Very well executed.
I mean, they're more effective than the pros on this.
Pete Wingstead just
unbelievable.
It's all good timing.
Yeah. High schools generally, it's rare that you're going to find a kicker hit 4 out of 4.
No, it's iffy. It's iffy. It's a lot of teams consider going for 2 for that reason alone. But
Plymouth has done a good job in training their kickers and prepping their kickers. They've always been successful with that conversion, and that can be the difference in a game.
Yeah, Danny Carey kicking here, and he's now at Plymouth State kicking.
Wow.
Has all the starting kicking duties, and he's pretty busy. And Rowan Drew is still playing for him. Got a couple other players over there, Colby and Cristiano. They're all on that team. It's pretty good.
And Bobcats now have a fairly commanding 28-7 lead over Gilford Belmont. So they've really kind of taken control of this game in the second period. So they'll be kicking off here with Gilford hoping that somehow they can get back in this. They need to score quick before the half.
Just found out Plymouth State is up and winning right now, 20-3. It's a good kickoff, looking for some room. He's going to go down hard at the 29. Another good special teams response. It's really tough to go to that next level. We got a couple kids over at Plymouth State, like I just mentioned. They're winning right now, 22-3. And Danny Carey carrying the kicking duties. Good for him. He's a soccer player by his first love. But you put that foot to good use if you want. And Pete Winkstick could certainly kick for a college team if he wants.
These conversions, you could see he could field goal kick as well. They've got some distance on him. And Gilford Belmont went back to the ground on that.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a quarterback.
But he picked up 4, maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a quarterback keeper. You're not going to pick up a lot of points doing that, though. He's got to air it out if he gets the time.
Second down and 5.
All our defensive backs are back there. Here comes the 4 wideouts. Picked off, thrown right to him. That's Swanson, number 34.
He's
trying to go all the way. My goodness, what a great return.
Down to the 2-3 yard line. That ball just sailed.
Yeah, I don't know if the kid ran the pattern he was supposed to either.
Yeah, it's something because it wasn't near any intended receiver.
They're the toughest ones to catch when you're on defense.
The intended receiver was a Plymouth Bobcat defensive back.
Great catch, great return. Almost got it in there, but it won't be long now. Inside the 5.
So what started out as a pretty evenly competitive game is starting to turn into a pretty lopsided Bobcat lead.
It's gotten away from Gilford, Belmont. You know, you throw the ball enough, and you're going to get picked off. It's that jet sweep again, coming all the way around. He's going to walk it in.
And who was that on that?
That was easy. That was Joey Cleary.
Wow.
That's his second touchdown. Union Leader had a 28-7 final. We're beyond that, and it's on not even halftime.
So it's 34-7, and let's see if Wingstead can make it 5 in a row.
I don't think he's missed one this year. Well, he had one at
They had one at
Bow.
I don't know about last week.
He must have had a bunch last week if he... Good timing, boy. He sends it.
And I said some of these kicks, I mean, he could be
He's got distance.
He could be kicking 25-yard field goals anyway. 5 for 5 and 35-7 Plymouth.
So the second half, we're going to have to go to running time.
I'm not sure. What is the point differential in running time? They need one more touchdown, I believe.
35.
I think it's 35 points.
Differential. That's ridiculous. 28 would be plenty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll talk to the NHIAA about this. These games are long enough. Gilford doesn't want to get beat up any more than they have to. It's been a long day for them already, especially in this heat.
And it turned quickly.
That's too bad. You know the quarterback has potential, though. He put a good throw on that.
Yeah.
It was good pitch and catch, and the kid went in right by our defender. That was Joey Cleary. He has since made up for it with his second touchdown.
So here we go, kicking it off again. Let's see what kind of field position they pick up.
They're going to return this one, too. Picks it up at the 10-yard line. Coming wide to this side of the field, looking for a little room. He's dancing a little. Gets it out around the 30. A good return. Gilford has a little time to go to work on this and see if they can salvage a couple of points.
So again, they're down 4 touchdowns, and has to be a little discouraging because it looked like they were going to be in a competitive game when it was 7-7.
And our defensive backs are licking their chops with these 4 wideouts. They know the ball's coming to him. He's got no time back there. The rush is on, and they're really putting the pressure to him.
So we're going to have 2nd and 10. And if things continue as they are, I'm sure Coach Sanborn is going to be able to get a lot of kids in the second half.
Oh, yeah, they do that well. Three receivers on that side, almost like a screen, dumped for a loss. Defense was right there.
And it looks like we have a timeout. Both teams going to the sideline in their respective benches. So I don't know which team called that, but they're going to have a 3rd down and 8 coming up on this next play. And hard to read the clock. It looks like it might be 3 minutes, 3 something.
3:20, plenty of time for Plymouth to score again. Crazy as that sounds.
But the pressure be on Wingstead if you're looking at a 35-point differential. If they score again, he's going to have to make that extra point.
I have great confidence in that young man.
Most pressure he's faced this year, probably.
Oh, boy. If I was a betting man, I'd bet on it. And the defense on Plymouth, they're back there now. They're just waiting for that ball to come their way.
Well, they know
Cole
they're going to be
Johnston.
throwing.
Colby Cross is back there. Little Charlie Como back there. Here's the pass. He puts it up this time. A little short, but what a great catch.
Oh, great catch.
And he had to come back for that. There were 2 people out there. He kept his eye on the ball. Good for Gilford Belmont. Gets out of the hole. Now with a chance to score, they're going to move those chains, give him a little time. Set up. The wideouts are already out there. They know the play.
And they're down around the 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's a good pickup. Nice catch by that receiver. Looking for him again. And he's got a little, gets out of the pocket, has a little time. Doesn't throw it well. Should have hit him on the numbers. Number 80 was wide open there. Could have stepped out of bounds to stop the clock.
So they'll have 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's going to throw it from here on in.
2nd and 10.
Austin Tomlin is out there, number 50. He got a lot of playing time last year. Dan Brusso and Charlie Como, number 33. Joey Cleary's deep. Deep safety. Cole Johnston.
We've got a timeout, I believe. Gilford Belmont. Timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Well,
I'm sure they'd like to get it in the end zone before the half.
I don't want to see that, but I like when they throw the ball. It's kind of fun, and we can use that practice against a throwing quarterback.
So the Bobcats next week, I believe, go to Kennett, if I'm correct. That'll be a night game up there.
That's Friday night game.
Yeah. And at least up to today, Kennett was 2-0 on the season. So I'm just checking there at Merrimack Valley today. So we could have a 3-0 team on the schedule for next week for Plymouth.
3 wideouts to the right. They're all off and running. Trying to roll out. He gets clobbered. My goodness, who got him on that? Was that Talman?
There were about a couple Bobcats in on that.
54.
That's a problem when you're
Eddie
throwing.
Camp, what a great tackle. Just jumped. He smothered him. Yeah, they're coming hard now. They know he has to throw the ball.
And looks like we have another timeout.
That line's been working hard, and they got to be dog-tired, especially in this heat. And Plymouth is just teeing off. The kid could throw the ball if he give him a little couple of seconds to throw it, but he's been sacked. I think that's the 3rd sack and 1 intentional grounding. So the pressure, Plymouth is providing a lot of good pressure here.
Well, they're really teeing off because they don't see them running the ball at this point, behind by 28 points. So, but he's been under a lot of duress the last couple of plays.
Yeah, they're keeping the pressure on. And again, this line's got to be getting tired.
Yeah.
Number 54, Eddie Camp, who just had that tackle. He's on that line. Look at the defensive backs, all 4 of them way back there. 4 wideouts. Here's a man in motion. Comes up in the pocket. He's got a little room. He throws it long. He's got a guy open down there. Oh, it's knocked around. That was in the end zone.
Yeah, we had a couple Plymouth Bobcat defenders down with him, and actually one of the Bobcats got their hands on the ball.
Yeah.
And didn't catch it, but...
That was Kobe Cross, I believe, in Johnstone.
He probably threw that ball 45 yards.
Yeah, he comes and steps up in the pocket. He gets a little more room. Well, anybody could have caught that, actually. They knocked it around a little. Fourth and a mile. It's going to be tough.
They need about 15, 16 yards on this.
Defensive backs are way back there. I don't think a screenplay is any good. 3 wideouts to the right again. They're going long. He's got to step up in the pocket. He finds a little room. He's going to get thrown down for another loss. Yeah, the defense is just too tough right now.
And so the Bobcat offense will go on the field. And
that was Austin Talman doing his job. Contain.
And Paul, you wish for 35 points?
Plymouth takes over. We got time?
Well, there's a little
2 minutes and change. We got plenty of time.
Early in the game, they really had some trouble moving the ball, especially up the middle offensively, but they've pretty much been able to do what they've wanted in the last quarter and a half.
I think Coach Sanborn liked to get on the board right here. Pretty sure he'd like to get some running time going. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I love Trevin's cleats, those football cleats. Here it is, little jet, and that's Joey D'Ambruso who's going to get a good 8-9 yards. Yeah, Plymouth's going to try and get something on the board, or maybe a Wingstead field goal.
Anyone who's scouting Plymouth is obviously going to prepare for that.
Yeah, we're lined up. Yeah. Well, they couldn't stop it last year, all those jet sweeps. Another one, he's back to pass. Beautiful pass, picked off, and he holds on to it. What a great play. Number 1 fighting for some yardage, and that ends Plymouth's effort for another score. Had 2 defenders out there. I don't know if there was anybody else open, but he was well covered. Number 1 snagged that. It looked like he snagged it with one hand. That was a beautiful catch.
So Gilford Belmont will get the ball back and see if they can put together something here with a couple minutes left in this first half. 35-7, Plymouth leading.
Here comes a rush. There it is, a little like short dump screen.
It was a nice play. They got about 8 on it.
Yeah, good play. Tick, tick, tick. Under 2
And
minutes.
They're coming right up to the line, no huddle.
Be a good one to pick off here and run back. He's back, looking for a little opening. Throws it to the sideline. I don't see anybody even over there. That could have been intentional. You see a yellow flag?
No.
There wasn't a receiver. There were 3 Plymouth receivers. That's funny. Still time. I think it's under a minute.
Yeah,
Third down and 2.
A minute something.
4 wideouts. He's going to try to get a minute here. Step up in the pocket and heave one. Nope, a quick out.
He's going to have a first down.
Good play. You didn't get out of bounds, but you stopped the clock to move the chains anyway.
Nice play.
Nice play. He's going to
Nice
beat him to
cut.
the sideline.
He may take it to the house here. He looks like he did. Oh, is he going to call? I guess they're going to call him out of bounds.
Yeah, they ran him out of bounds.
Yeah, okay.
Nice play.
Inside the 10.
That kid's quick. Number 11, put the Jets on.
Going to be a first and goal on this, I believe.
7-yard line. 7-8 yard line here. Can't see what time is left. Got to fix that scoreboard, Tim. You can't read it.
Yeah, the sun hits it and it just blanks out those numbers.
Another tight formation. Here it is. Overthrown. Plymouth defense does not want to give up any points here. No chance. Got some fresh bodies in there. 3 linemen coming out. Tallman's one of them.
So I'm sure they're going to want to rotate and get a lot of kids in, especially with the heat and with the score as it is.
This big Sean Griffiths coming out. He's got a new number this year, 82. Back again. Got a guy over the middle. That was a pretty good play. It was right in his hands. This kid's supposed to hold on to that, and it's a touchdown. Defense was right with him, but he was in the end zone and went right off his hands. Well thrown ball.
So we have 3rd down here. And again, 3rd and goal.
Back again. Step up. He goes deep in the end zone.
Way overthrown.
Receiver fell down. I don't think he got knocked down, so that's no flag down there. That's good. 4th down. He's got to put this in the end zone now. Take a timeout.
Yeah, they'd like to get these points.
Yeah, this defense does not want to give this one up. This counts. It's just seconds to the half, I think.
So if just tuned in, the Bobcats, Plymouth Bobcats lead Gilford Belmont 35-7. We're at the tail end of the first half. Gilford Belmont is threatening inside the 10-yard line around the 7, but they got a 4th down here. So we'll see what they can do, see if they can get some points on the board before the half.
You are watching Pemmy Baker TV and Granite State Sports Network. Coming to you, streaming live. And again, we can watch this game on TV this week. Big defensive stand here, Tim.
Yeah, we got an update.
Fourth down.
Update on the Bo John Stark score. It's 35-0 Bo.
Running time.
It probably will be.
Back again. As a guy, he's going to try and run it in.
And he's going to make...
Oh!
So that's a big score for Gilford Belmont, considering we're going to the half pretty soon.
That's a big score. Good for them.
Yeah,
Cole Johnston was right on him. I had to hold on to the guy, and the guy ripped away from him and walked it in.
So it makes it 35-13. And actually, I believe in the second half, Gilford Belmont will receive, because Plymouth received at the beginning of the game. So they can hang around here. Looks good.
It's a nice kick.
35-14.
Nice kick. Nice snap from center. Big help. Well, that's a big score for Gilford Belmont.
Because even though it's a 21-point lead, it's, again, if they're getting the second half kickoff and they could put some points on the board, they can make this a little bit of a ball game. And
Plymouth did not want that to happen.
They didn't. They would have liked to have gone in at half with that 4-touchdown lead.
Well, they got a little more spring in their step now.
Mm-hmm.
Gilford Belmont. And kick this one away. I can't see the time. 40 seconds? I can't tell. Robert Oliver is back with Cole Johnston. Going to receive this kickoff.
21-7. We have an update on a Division II score. St. Thomas 21, Sanborn 7. So St. Thomas was 1-1 going into that game, so they look like they may be on their way to a second victory.
Robert Oliver has it, looking for an opening, a little wall. He's going down the right sideline, hurdles a man, and goes down somewhere around the 40. So Plymouth's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Good return by Robert. Cody might as well put one up in the air now. Mm-hmm. You try and get that 7 back.
First down Bobcats from their 40.
Trying to read that clock on the scoreboard.
Look at Trevin Sanborn. He's already out there. God, I love those cleats. Wait till I see him. Oh, he's going to take a knee. Nope, there's the jet sweep. He is going to throw a ball.
Throw it.
And they knew it, and they dumped him for a loss. They came hard, Plymouth. Plymouth did not stop that rush. 4 guys right through that offensive line, and they dropped Cody Bannon for at least a 5-yard loss.
And the Bobcats are calling a timeout, I believe. Coach Sanborn might want to put another score in here before the half.
He'd like to.
If he's throwing the ball, he wants to put it in the end zone.
Well, he didn't get that pass off, so he's got to do a little more figuring.
He's always got the jet sweep.
Gilford came hard. It's the first time they got through that line. Cody was flat-footed, couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, Paul, beautiful day for a football game here at Zulius Field. Good turnout from the local fans. A few people over on the Gilford Belmont side as well. Nice day to have an opener at home.
Looks like the Cat Shack might be open. The Snack Shack. Mm-hmm. Got people down there. Saltiest popcorn in the state, I was told. Which I don't know why, but...
Cornhole tournament will be held tonight under the lights at B&M Park. $40
So the Bobcats are coming out after a meeting with the coach. See what they got up their sleeve on this play.
Cody Bannon over center. A man in motion here, and somebody in Sanborn jumped off.
Gilford moved, but Plymouth moved too, and there's a flag.
Oh, we're going to get 5 yards back.
Yeah, that was against Gilford. I wondered. They moved first, so.
Never saw the flag, though, did you?
I did. I actually saw the flag.
Okay, then. 5 yards closer. Trevor Sanborn out wide. Cole Johnston in, it looks like the same play, and he's going long with this one. He's got it down the sideline. Cole catches it and dropped it. They call that a no, that's a catch. Oh, he called it off. The kid talked him into it. He held it. He had a, what do they call it, a football move? That's ridiculous. I thought he had that at least long enough for a catch. Have to see the replay on that one.
Yeah, he had it in his hands, and all of a sudden it was down on the ground.
Yeah, the Gilford kid's going like this, like there's no catch. And he was going to go. He was there for the catch. I think he had the ball with 2 strides. That's a football move, and then it was fumbled. Well, they're still looking for that score, Tim.
Yeah, I still can't read that clock, but I think it's under a minute.
Got a wide out, and it's not Trevin. That was a well-thrown ball, too, right on the hands.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pass.
It's a nice pass. Cody's back again. He's going to get clocked. He gets dumped again for a loss. Gilford Belmont came hard and dropped him for another sack.
They want to put it up here. I think it's a good time to see what we can do as far as throwing the ball.
They had 4th down on that, though.
I think it's 4th down now, maybe. And it looks
that's a half.
That's a half, so.
Yeah, that's what they knew what they were doing. Yeah. Well, that's Pemby Baker TV. Granite State Sports Network coming to you from Plymouth Regional High School in a kind of a fun contest, fun to watch. Plymouth leading, of course, 35-14. And Gilford Belmont's going to collect themselves and hydrate, see what the second half brings us.
Gilford Belmont is just coming back out to the sideline. Don't see the Bobcats yet. Plymouth 35, Gilford Belmont 14. Gilford Belmont scored a touchdown in that last minute that cut the lead. And I believe they'll be getting the second half kickoff. So, if they can put something together here in this first possession in the second half, it could get a little more interesting, closer. First half, the Bobcats opened up their offense after the first couple of series not doing too much, and really showed some stuff offensively, especially with the sweeps to the outside. And Gilford Belmont had a beautiful pass play in that first half for a touchdown. So it's been an exciting first half as far as points, 35-14. And we'll see what the second half brings. Paul, any comments?
Well, the other thing you have to be aware of is that the Gilford Belmont defense perked up. They came in and sacked Cody Bannon a couple times. And so they got a little spring in their step after that touchdown. I'm glad they scored that touchdown, 4th and goal to goal. And they put it in there for the 14th point. So they do have a shot. And if he can make some get some time to pass, because the Plymouth rush has been very good as well. But they got to be tired. And it's hot out there. And the Plymouth defense did not want to give up that 7. But you're right. They're going to receive this kickoff. And if they could put something together, could be interesting.
Very interesting. And it's kind of a big game for both teams because they came in at 1-1 in a very competitive Division II, which still has 4 unbeaten teams, which I mentioned earlier, that are either 2-0 or 3-0. Milford's actually 3-0 at this point. Sauhegan, Kennett, and Bow are 2-0. We know Bow was winning quite easily earlier today when we got an update score. They were well ahead of John Stark, so that looks like a victory for them. And we got some clubs that are like Plymouth and Gilford Belmont, 1-1, and we know they're going to be in the race. Alvarin, St. Thomas, Brookline, Hollis, all teams that are going to be very competitive. So this is a competitive division, and only 8 teams make those playoffs. And as Chris Sanborn said in that pregame interview that was run. Probably got to be 7-2 to make the dance as far as making those 8 positions. So again, this is a big game for both teams.
Well, typically Plymouth likes to make their halftime adjustments, and they do. They come out, and whatever the puzzle they have to solve, be it stopping that rush, that's sacking Cody, getting that offensive line together, coming up some plays to thwart them on that, or trying to figure out how to cover those deep backs, those receivers, because this kid's got the arm. That's what they rely on. They've been passing all day, and he's he got 2 touchdowns with his arm, so they're going to come back firing again. And the bad news is the clock doesn't move when you're passing the ball, and we're still down 14 if we want to have running time, so that's discouraging. But we'll see if Plymouth can let special teams take over, get a lucky break, pick up a fumble or another interception. It might work out, but they're not going to let this game get out of hand. They're going to try to buckle down, especially on defense. They don't want Gilford getting too confident.
Well, they've come back out in the field. Both teams are almost ready for the opening second half kickoff. Plymouth will be kicking from our left to our right to Gilford Belmont.
They got 3 deep for Gilford now. They hadn't had that, so Wingstead, who's been putting them in the end zone, but they've returned the last couple for good, 20-yard returns. Puts them on a 30. We'll see what he does now. Yep, there's another one they're going to return. Picks it up at the 5. Looking for a little room coming up. A little hole there. Gets taken out right at the 24-yard line. Nice tackle by guess who? Joey D'Ambruso. Good special teams play by Plymouth.
So they hold him inside the 30. We'll see what Gilford Belmont can do in this first series in the second half. Key series for them. Key series really for both teams.
Yeah, if they start moving the chains, Plymouth is going to have to sharpen up that defense if these guys start moving the chains. Again, we're going 4 wideouts. I don't know how many running plays they've had, but they've had a bunch of passing plays. It looks like another one to come. And, it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. He's breaking out wide to the right. He's got the 10, and he's going down the sideline. He's got some legs. He's get caught from behind, but what a great play to start off the second half for Gilford. So they're in it to win it.
Yeah, and
they got to be feeling good about it.
He was a step or 2 away from taking that all the way. So.
He was. I don't know who caught him from behind.
But they've got it down to about the Plymouth 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's going to wake up the defense a little. That'll wake up this defense a little. Just one guy out wide. Still not sharp on those passes. A little out pattern over there. Cole Johnston was right there, but it was well thrown over his head. No one could catch that. It'll be second down, still 10.
So the Bobcats need a good defensive series here. That started off well, although that was just a poor pass. We'll see what they can pull together in the next play.
Well, the Gilford running plays have been productive.
Yes.
As much as they like to pass. This kid's a horse.
And he got a good 5 or 6 out of that.
That is a big boy there.
And if they can mix that kind of running play in a little more, it's going to open the passing up. So it looks like Paulie got about a 3rd and 5 here.
That was Jonathan Mitchell, who's the fullback. He's a big kid. He rumbled for a good couple yards there. Looked like he jumped off sides. He got caught from behind there. Corner blitz by Mr. Talman. Drops him for a loss.
So that's a big defensive play. It puts him at a 4th and long.
I thought Gilford jumped off sides.
Don't see any yellow flags because we haven't seen many today.
They're hard to come by.
They're hard to come by.
But, like you said, 4th down. Gilford's got to be smart here.
36-yard line.
Got to go for it. What else are you going to do? You're down 21 points at least. Man in motion. Now they're off to the side. He's got a little room. He gets cranked, and it's picked off. We got a little wall on the right side now. There goes Joey.
Ooh.
No, that's Ian Trider, caught from behind by number 11.
And that was a collar tackle on him on this sideline.
Well, the quarterback got slammed as you let that ball go, which is why it was so short. And that was a good, clean pick. So Plymouth is back in business with a good defensive play. After giving up big yards, Gilford came out with a game plan.
Yeah,
they did their homework at the halftime.
Unfortunately, that was an opportunity lost for them because they had the ball on a first down around the 30-yard line and didn't take advantage of it. And they need to get points quickly to get back in it. And now Plymouth has it on their side of the field at their 45.
Trevin Sanborn out wide. A new formation with him not being in the huddle. Ian Trider, it's number 30, and a quick one up the middle of Robert Oliver. He's going to get dumped for a loss. That was Jeffrey Gomer in motion, number 30. He didn't fool anybody. So Plymouth 2nd and 9.5. Cody back in with the play. He's going to have to start airing it out a little, too, if they don't get this running game going.
Well, they attempted to do that at the end of the first half, and he gets sacked a few times. So
a lot of fight left in Gilford. Again, up the middle. That's a good run by Robert. He gets 6-8 yards out of it. So 3rd and manageable. 3.5, 4 yards. And they're on their other side of the 50. Inside the Gilford Belmont territory. This is a big play here. Do you want to keep moving those chains?
well, it looks like they're going to keep it on the ground for now, based on what they've done so far, and they're getting some yardage.
You get that big interception. You want to keep the momentum going. You want to move those chains. Quick handoff on the jet sweep. He's coming around. He'll have that first down. Joey D'Ambruso going down the sideline for a good, 12, 15-yard pickup.
And again, they've had a lot of success with that play throughout this game.
With any number of one.
Yeah.
You had Joey Cleary running for a touchdown with that. Robert Oliver. And that was a good run by Joey D'Ambruso.
So first down, they're down around the 23-yard line. 1st and 10.
On the move. You want to get on the board right now, Plymouth. Again in motion. Quick one up the middle. He's going to break out wide. Here goes Ian Trider. Caught from behind, but he's going to get another first down. That was a good play.
Yeah.
I think the jet sweep fooled a couple people. He went off tackle, had a little room, and took off. Well-executed play. Holding that Gilford Belmont defense accountable.
So we got it down to around the 12-yard line. We're going to have 1st and 10 at the 12. Plymouth threatening.
Well, that's the way to come out in the second half.
Yeah.
Get right after it.
And if they put it in here, I think that's just going to be the nail. The nail in the coffin.
Another in motion. Quick handoff up the middle. Maybe a yard or two. I can't see who he gave that to. It looked like 39. Is that who that is?
So 2nd and 8. Probably time for Robert Oliver. He runs well down in this end of the field, down near the goal line.
Wide out wide. Man in motion. A little bumped up, but I think you called it right. That was Robert Oliver, I believe.
Yeah, and he got about 3 or 4.
23, got a couple yards out of it. Ian Trider coming back in.
So they're about the 6-yard line, and I think it's 3rd down and 4.
Big play here.
Yep.
Again, going out wide with the jet sweep. Cuts it up,
Oh, nice.
spins away, and gets it into the end zone. That's Joey D'Ambruso, tough to bring down, runs hard. Plymouth answers right away this second half after giving up what looked like a good offensive surge by Gilford Belmont, but they quickly stopped that with an interception, and they did capitalize on it.
So it's 41-14, and here we have another extra point.
Pete Wingstead going for his 52nd extra point in a row. This could be a state record here, Tim, if that were true.
Ooh, bad snap.
Oh!
Did he get it through? He did.
That went through. I can't see it.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell.
Referee's hands are up.
Oh, my goodness.
That snap was a little bit off. And,
that was ugly. All the way around, very ugly.
But it went through, and that's what counts.
Lousy snap, mishandled it, and Pete got a foot on it anyway, and it got through there somehow.
No one judges the style. They judge, does it go through the goalpost?
Right.
And it did.
There's no stories on the golf card.
So what's that? That's 7?
So what could that score be? Can't see the scoreboard.
It's 42 to 14.
42 to 14.
So that's 6 extra point conversions in a row. Pretty soon we're going to need a calculator on this.
What are you doing, Kenny? Game director. Game director? What's that mean?
You ask me something to get done, I'll get it done.
What's Jimmy Carey doing?
He's busy. He's running around doing the same thing.
What a great job you're doing today.
Thank you. I'm calling half the plays on offense, too, by the way. Just the ones that work.
Well, that was a good answer by Plymouth, Tim.
Yeah, 42
Came right back.
14, and you know, I think any shot that Gilford Belmont had when they didn't convert down inside Plymouth territory was kind of disappeared.
We're going to return this one just inside the 10. Going wide to his own bench side, turns it upfield, and gets dropped. But he gained about 10 yards. Well, we'll see how Gilford Belmont wants to respond. If that took the wind out of their sail, then we're going to know right away. But there's a lot of fight in this team. Again, they've scored 40 points in the past. In a losing effort, scored 17. So I don't see him quitting on there.
Unfortunately, their defense has really had trouble containing the Bobcat offense most of the day.
As it should be in your home opener.
Yeah. Yep.
Quick out.
Oh, nice.
Good one-handed grab. He's going to get dumped for a 2-yard gain maybe.
Made a nice catch on that.
Very slow developing. Got the cheerleaders out there. They always work so hard with Danae Morrison. Great group of kids. Hardest working team in the building, I think. Second and a long 8. Got a couple wide outs to the right, one to the left. Running back in motion. Back to pass. Got a little pressure on him, but no time for developing that play. The right idea.
He's had trouble throwing to this side on those passes to this sideline.
Yeah, Colby Cross was right there. Maybe he went a little longer than he should. The quarterback should be telling him, shorten it up. I'm getting rushed here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Bobcat defense knows they're going to be throwing almost every play. So they're going to tee off. So let's see if they throw it up again. Oh, there's
Third and
gonna
long
be,
8. We're going to help him out here. This is a yellow flag.
Looks like offside, but
We jumped, and he's going to march it off. So it's going to be third, give him a break, and maybe 3 or 4. Number 78, Tommy Warden, coming off. And 76 coming off Denzel Soul.
I'm sure the Bobcats are going to start rotating and getting some other kids in the game at this point.
3 wideouts to the right, to the left, I mean. 2 to the right. Looks like a passing play, of course. Quick one, but they're going longer on the route than they should. He doesn't have the time, and he has to literally throw that one away. 4th down.
You know, Paul, in most of the Division II games I've seen in recent years, this is probably the most passing I've seen out of a team in a while.
I agree, yeah.
I mean, I think Sauhegan last year threw the ball quite a bit, but I haven't seen too many teams throw the ball, but maybe probably 80 or 90% of the time.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a good arm. They're going to hone it. It looks like what they're... oh, my goodness, what a block. Unbelievable. Was that a fake? That couldn't have been a fake.
I don't know what happened.
Did I miss that?
He obviously didn't get the boot off, but it was confusing as to whether they actually blocked it or what
I
was
think
happening.
our producer's telling us it was a block. He has 20/20 vision, I'm told. And that was a good block. Somehow Gilford picked it up again, tried to advance the ball, but it's going to be Plymouth's ball no matter what. It was a 4th down play. Deep in their Gilford territory.
Well, the officials are meeting there in the middle of the field. I don't know if they're evidently there was a call made against Gilford. It looks like they're pointing towards Gilford or pointing that way. So I don't know what the call was.
It's going to march off, give Plymouth some more yards?
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to leave the ball right here. Not clear what they're doing.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
Okay, 1st and 10.
29-yard line.
1st and 10 for Plymouth, deep in Gilford, Belmont territory. And they'll take advantage of this. If Plymouth does anything, when you get your team on their backs, they know how to go after it, put them away.
So if they put points in here, we could be looking at 35 points differential. They're up by 28 now.
Is that true? That would be good.
If my math is right.
35-point spread if they score here?
Score and convert, yeah.
Okay, then.
So we could be going to a running clock. They've got it inside the 30, and they certainly have moved the ball all day long.
All right, Sanborn, run that jet sweep you've scored 3 times on. Quarterback for Gilford, Belmont's going to be back next year. He's got a couple of receivers coming back. They get their timing down. They could be formidable. I think one of the toughest things to do is defend against a good passer in high school ball. You're either going to hold them and get the flag and give them 15, or they're going to beat you. There he goes. Cody Bannon is back looking to score. Nice pass, way underthrown. Sanborn was down there. He was wide open down the middle there.
Flagging the play.
Looks like they're going to practice their passing game here a little bit.
He had the time for that. This is not a good throw. Threw that over to number 30. Cannot see who that is. Number 30. That's Jeffrey Gomer. Yeah, it wasn't even close. But Sanborn was open down there.
Well, we got a penalty against Plymouth. They just marched the ball back 15 yards.
That's a big one. That's a personal
I didn't see
foul.
what the call was, but that's going to be a holding. It's going to be
15 yards
second
at
and long.
holding from the spot of the foul, 10 yards.
So it's second and probably 20-something, 25 yards maybe.
A mile.
Yep.
You don't get it all at once. Let's go nice and easy here. Comer in motion. He gets the ball. He's going wide. He's got a little block and he cuts upfield. That's a pretty good play. Got a couple yards back, 6-8 yards maybe.
This will be second at about 16.
Jeffrey down to the ball carrier.
Little by little. Got the trainers going out. Something's going on. I can't tell if somebody's down on that sideline.
Looks like someone is.
Someone call timeout. Well, they got to stay hydrated. It's hot. It's hot.
There's someone down on the sideline over there.
It's hot over there, and you got to stay hydrated.
And it looks like it's a Bobcat, from what I can tell. Can't make out a number at this point. It's too far away. But
He's got him up.
He's getting up.
Eddie Camp usually plays defense, but he's also an offensive lineman. He's walking gingerly. Probably got his bell rung. Well, 2nd and a mile. Good 15 yards anyway. But they're in Gilford territory. Could be a Wingstead field goal coming up. That could be fun to watch. Even better is that fake field goal. To get up and take it around the end. So we're going to regroup here. Eddie Camp coming to the sideline with Cabby. See if he's okay. He's walking. He got hit in the knee is what it looks like they're talking about. He's putting him through his paces. 2nd and 15, man in motion. Just went up the middle with Ian Trider, number 42. Picked up a couple yards. 3rd and long. 3rd and long coming up. Can't punt here, can you?
Oh, no. I doubt that they would punt.
They're going to go 2 downs for this.
Yeah, they get 3rd and about 12. And it's at the 32-yard line. I doubt that they would punt.
Sanborn's way out wide. Give Ian time, and he'll go up and grab it with those big mitts of his. We're in motion. He is back to pass. Here comes somebody. A little diversion.
Oh, nice play. Nice play. Oh.
And he looks to get back to the line of scrimmage.
1 tackle away from breaking that, though.
Cole Johnston threw a good move on him. I don't think Gilford, Belmont was fooled. So 4th down and 10 now. Cody Bannon coming in with the play. Sanborn out wide again.
So we got a 4th and about 7.
4th and 10.
Oh, sorry. I misread that. 4th and 10.
This is a big play here. We're not going for the field goal. I don't know what we're doing. The counter.
Oh, that got nailed. Looked like it was going to go, but then
we've seen Brickley run that for a home run. We've seen Brickley run that before last year. The championship game went in for 6. Yeah, that play didn't fool anybody.
So the Gilford Belmont defense holds. And I get another shot at it here.
They're taken from their own 26-yard line. 4 wideouts. Looks like he's going to be throwing some more. Good handoff up the middle to the fullback. He plows ahead for a good 6 yards.
Okay, Paul, I've got some updates on some scores today. St. Thomas 21, Sanborn 13 at the half.
Pretty good game.
And in a squeaker, Bow 49 to nothing over John Stark.
The old running time.
Yeah, they made their 35 points.
I see a flag down there.
So anyway, that's going to move Bow up to 3-0.
That's good for Bo. Maybe we'll get him into playoffs.
We've had him a couple times in the past.
Oh, big one against Plymouth. Moving those chains. It's a 15-yarder, Tim. I didn't see it. That's a big play for Gilford Belmont.
Takes it out almost to midfield.
That's a big play for them on their. Now they're on the 49-yard line. And boy, they'd love to get in the end zone from here. He's scrambling back there looking for somebody. He's being chased. He does make a connection. Throws it to number 2. Get dumped on the sideline.
Unfortunately, they lost yardage on that connection of 6-7 yards.
They're lucky they didn't lose 20. They had the quarterback pinned back there. I thought he's throwing the ball away, but number 2 was right there to pick it up. And did lose 4 or 5 yards anyway. So Plymouth's defense is stiffening a little.
And was there a penalty on this? It looks like they're moving the ball back. Yes. I didn't see the signal, but
I'm surprised we saw a flag.
I didn't see a flag, but I know they've moved the ball back. It looks like a pretty good penalty here. They're back at their 30.
Holy mackerel, they got a mile to go.
They've got 20, 25 yards anyway.
Well, we know what he's going to do.
He's got almost 30 yards.
He's got to shorten this pass because the rush is on. 4 wideouts. He's back to pass. He does go long down the right side. There's a man there, and he grabs it.
Nice.
Holds on to it.
What a catch. He grabbed that with kind of over his head, both hands over his head, and grabbed that pass.
It's right in front of Brock Tanner, who was right there with him.
And he got a first down out of it. That was over 30 yards. Beautiful play.
Brock Tanner was stride for stride with him, but he's not as big as that receiver. He went up and grabbed it. Held on to it. Good play by Gilford Belmont. Threatening now.
It's going
One
again.
on one down
Too bad. He was open, but way overthrown.
Open. Brock Tanner better figure it out. Had him by 10 yards. I wonder if we have somebody hurt. He's usually a sub. I don't see Joey Cleary out. Joey Cleary's on the sideline. He's usually out there. Maybe Chris is playing some of his subs right away.
And it looks like there was a flag on that play.
Another one.
But, yeah, he picked it up. So they're moving back.
Probably a hold.
Yeah, Gilford Belmont has moved back quite a way, so this looks like a 15-yarder. Gonna go back near midfield.
My goodness. The penalties are starting to add up here for both teams.
I think we're down to about a minute left in the period, if I'm reading that scoreboard right.
Back to pass again. He's got him down the right sideline. He's open.
But he dropped it, but he might have been out of bounds.
Yeah, he might have been out of it. It was off his hands. Brock was right there with him. But that was off his hands. Would have been a first down. He got under it. It was well thrown. Robert Oliver coming in, going to play a little defense. Brock Tanner coming off, number 26.
Well, Gilford Belmont has certainly been more effective throwing the ball deep like that as opposed to the sideline passes, which they haven't had much success with.
Another one down the right sideline, long, and the man's open.
Oh, he caught it.
He holds on to
it.
it. My goodness. It's a great play. Curtis Nelson, wide receiver, just a junior. He's got a lot of guys coming back, this quarterback. He's going to start to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting watching him next year. So he's deep in our territory now. He's down inside the 10-yard line. Don't tell me there's another flag. Oh, they're cramping up. Cramping up a little. I see he's putting his flag away. There was not a flag on that play, I hope.
Well, they're not marking the ball the way he caught. Now I'm not sure what they're doing here. Well, there's someone down in the field back on the 40-yard line.
Right, I think he's cramping up.
Yeah.
Got the...
Oh, they are moving it now. And we got a timeout on the field.
Well, that was a good pitch and catch, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he's hit some bombs today. Nice passes. I think what they really need to do, they need to be able to develop a running game that can kind of be a balance to this passing game.
They sneak a run in once in a while.
Yeah, but I think they need to do a little more of that because they're really pretty much dropping back passing, which with the score I understand why, but if they could develop a little more effective running game, I think it would be helpful to their offense.
Here we go. First down inside the 5-yard line, looks like. Got the jet sweep in motion. First time we've seen that. Number 2, next year's quarterback.
And I think
taking himself, but I think he's no
like
signal yet.
No signal, but it looked like he got in. They're not going to...
Jack McLean, who's a backup quarterback.
They put it down at the half-yard line.
Okay. First time we saw that formation, too. They're going to give it to the Moose. Look at this.
Oh, my God.
What a big mistake. That's terrible.
They sent it to nobody.
Oh, my goodness.
That went back 20-something yards. What
You
a shame.
can't. That's in. That's unacceptable. What a break for Plymouth, huh? It's back outside the 20.
Yeah,
That center's having a rough day.
he is.
Let's see who that kid is.
And we got another timeout on the field.
These guys got to be tired. The heat takes a lot out of you. What a shame. That was on the half-yard line. And he centers it back to nobody. Now it's on the 23-yard line. Don't know what down it is. They don't have that down marker up.
Third down, Paul. I think it's third down. But what do you call at this point? Because you were down on the half-yard line, and now
Well,
you've
it's a
got
silly mistake.
22-yard line now.
They got a different quarterback in there.
Tough.
Number 2 is not the starter. It's a different quarterback.
And there was movement there, I think. Or no, it was timeout. Another timeout. And I think this was Plymouth calling this timeout.
Boy, oh boy. Well, it could have been interesting. They knock one over.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of, they've been maybe one score away from just being done. And they've hung around.
Well, that fullback they got back there, he's good for 6-8 yards a carry.
Yeah.
He was supposed to get that on the half-yard line. The center snapped it right between him and number 2, the backup quarterback, who's still in there. And he also passes. He's got 3 wideouts to the left. He's looking for him. What a nice ball.
What a nice pass. Beautiful play.
Wow, that was beautiful. He threw that better than the starter.
Yeah, that was right in his hands. Beautiful play. So they're excited. 42-20.
Yeah, Mr. Lamb Coach Lamb's not going to be happy with this defensive effort. But again, I think it's toughest to defend a good passer.
Yeah.
You're only going to, interfere, hold him, interfere or something.
So I think at this point they're going for, again, the 1-point conversion. And we have another timeout. These teams must be out of timeouts, getting close. But
I think you get 15 and a half now. What is it? It's ridiculous.
But, I mean, I think the question will also be, will they now, within 3 touchdowns, try an onside kick?
I don't know why they don't go for 2 here.
Well, that's what I was thinking. At this point,
Their fullback,
what do they got to lose?
Their fullback has not been stopped. He hasn't run much, but But he's good for 6-8 yards anyway, 5 yards.
I mean, if they went for 2 and got the 2 points, it's all of a sudden a 20-point game. I mean, it kind of, tightens it up a little bit. And if they did the onside kick, I mean, they could get themselves back in here. They've hung around. They just haven't quite quit. And the Bobcats haven't really put that one additional score that would have nailed us shut.
I tell you, in Gilford, Belmont, if you eliminate some of those ridiculous mistakes they've committed,
they've had some bad mistakes.
It'd be a different ball game. So they got number 2, also kicks. Terrible. Miscue on that.
We have a flag.
He didn't get in. Did he catch that?
No, he didn't get in. If he did, he didn't. But there's a flag on this play, so we'll see what that's all about. That was the snap. It was a bad snap.
Terrible. The center is not helping him out.
It's against Plymouth, I think.
You're kidding.
I thought it looked like unsportsmanlike conduct with a signal that he made.
That's half the distance to the goal. Now they go for 2.
They definitely go for 2 now. So I don't know what happened there, but gives them another chance. And yeah, it looks, well, I'm not sure. I guess they're going to still kick it. Trying to see. 2's a kicker, but he's also playing quarterback now, so I'm not sure what. It looks like they're going to go for 2.
Did they move the ball? On the I didn't see a yellow flag, so who knows?
I don't know. The ref's going over to the Gilford Belmont sideline, so I don't know what the call is here, but they're going to get a chance to replay this conversion.
What is this? Another timeout? Oh, my goodness. Well, we got to figure out what's going on.
Well, now maybe that's the quarter. It doesn't. It's confusing down on the field because both teams have gone to the sideline. It doesn't appear to be the quarter. It looks like they're going to allow Gilford Belmont to run the conversion again, but I'm not sure what the discussion is at this point. But they're over talking to the Gilford coach. And it appeared Gilford was going to go for the 2-point conversion when they came out and almost set up before the play was stopped.
So the 2-point conversion failed. They were set up for.
Okay, so the unsportsmanlike conduct was against Plymouth?
And now they put it on.
Or was it against Gilford?
Well, if you're kicking from the. So you got to kick from.
So they didn't get an opportunity. That must have been a dead ball foul or something.
So they're kicking from the 45.
Yeah. So they didn't get an opportunity to run the conversion again, even though there was a penalty. I'm assuming it was after the play was over. Does that make sense, Paul?
Yeah, must have been. And you tack on the penalty on the kick.
So it's 42-20.
That was it.
Ooh, they
went with the side.
And wow.
That go out of bounds?
I don't know. Look like they had a chance for it.
Let's see if this referee points in any direction at all.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Plymouth's ball from what I can tell.
How about that pass from number 2, though?
Yeah.
That was a strike right down the middle. So well, very well thrown. So Plymouth is going to take over finally. He kicked it from the 45. It didn't. I thought it went a little further than that.
Might have gone out of bounds.
So never did travel 10 yards. Plymouth, first down. Their own 39-yard line. See if they can generate a little offense after that. Very distracting effort. That's good.
Robert Oliver on the carry.
And
Robert Oliver.
We're approaching close to the end of this period.
I think he's
just
probably going to start
seconds left.
substituting. I don't know if he wants to see if he could generate anything now. Cody Bannon's in with the play.
Yeah, I think that's a very...
Sanborn's on the sideline. That's the end of the quarter? Or is that another timeout?
Yeah, I believe that's the end of the quarter.
Holy mackerel. This is a terrible quarter. No rhythm at all. I couldn't tell you what happened. But that number 2 is in. Maybe their starting quarterback is injured.
Well, the way he threw that pass, he ought to be the starting quarter. That was a beautiful throw on the
Yeah,
touchdown.
Alex Cheek is the starter. Jack McLean came in. He threw a strike.
Yeah.
098. Pick up your winnings at the top of the hill.
All right, let's get set up now.
So they're repositioning the ball, and teams will switch ends or sides.
Right.
And the Bobcats have it at this point. See what they can do with it. Plymouth 42, Gilford Belmont 20 as we start the fourth quarter.
And Coach Lamb has got a lot to work on. This Gilford Belmont team, they're going to win some games this year, I think.
Yeah, there's potential there. They made some mistakes, but they're going to give some people some trouble.
Yeah, because Cody Bannon over center, quick pitch. Go now wide to Robert Oliver. Gets a little running room. He picks up a good 8 yards. Good run.
Oliver on the carry.
The Bobcats are going to have to prepare for a challenging opponent next week because they'll go to Kennett, a team that so far is 2-0. And I haven't heard any score with Merrimack Valley today. That's who they were scheduled to play. They had won 2 games against Pembroke, 34-7, and Hanover 35-0. And that's Plymouth's next opponent.
Oh, boy. Cody Bannon, a quick handoff up the middle. We're going to get that first down. Gets thrown backwards, but he already got over past that yardstick. We're going to move the sticks now. It's a good sign on offense.
Cameron on the tackle. First down, Bobcats.
Cody back in with the play. 1st and 10 from just the other side of the 50-yard line. Quick pitch, but he drops it. Picks it up anyway and takes off down the sideline. Stays in bounds. Holy mackerel, what a great recovery.
Robert Oliver on the carry.
A busted play.
40-8.
Picks it up in the backfield. Chugs down that sideline for moving the chains again. Nice game by Robert Oliver. Keeps his cool. Quite often you're told just jump on the ball when you lose it, but he didn't. He's got good hands, picked it up, turned the corner to make a big gain out of it.
And Paul, we have an updated score. Kennett has defeated Merrimack Valley today 40-8.
Running time. We love it.
So they're 3-0 now.
Quick one to Dan Brusso, going to try and cut up field. Not a lot of room there. He'll get a couple yards anyway. Slow developing. Let's have a nice offensive series. Take about 9 minutes off the clock. Just keep running the ball.
So the Bobcats down around the 31-yard line now, 2nd down and 7.
Sanborn out to the left, wide. Cody over center. Quick handoff up the middle.
Ooh.
Trider got clocked.
He got clocked in the middle of that.
Picked up a yard anyway.
So it's going to make it
good
3rd and
defense.
6, maybe?
3rd and a long 5. 6 yards, close. Cole Johnston coming off.
I'm sure at this point they'll keep it on the ground and milk that clock as much as they can.
It's been a long day. This kid's going to be tired.
Yeah, long and hot.
Sanborn out wide. He's got that one reception, which was a beauty. There's a yellow flag. Illegal procedure. Somebody move.
So it looks like it's going to go back 5, and it's going to make it 3rd and about 10.
Driving the coach is crazy. They have to clean this up. It's not a typical Plymouth performance. Oh, is it on Gilford? There's a break.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be close to a 1st down.
Yeah,
We'll take the 5. Very close. Might have to measure.
No, it's going to be a yard, a little less than a yard.
Third down, I'd put this in the air. Get lucky. You're going to go on the 4th anyway. Jet sweep, cuts it upfield.
Nice cut.
Up the middle,
What a
and
run.
nobody's going to catch him.
Who made that run? That was a great cut.
Is that Gomer?
It was number 30, I think.
Jeffrey Gomer.
Yep. What a cut.
Yeah,
I mean,
he cut
just
right
stopped
up,
and
right up the middle.
Yeah, beautiful cut. So.
Made that work. Slippery. They had a couple of paws on him. Couldn't hold on.
So we're at 48 to 20.
That's a nice touchdown.
So we're going to make 7 in a row.
Pete Winkstead is setting records every time he steps on the field. I got to look that up for next game.
Yes, this would be number 7 if he hits this. Oh, look pretty good. Yep. 49-20. Well, Paul, I have to say, if you score 49 points in high school football, you're usually going to win the game.
Well, you give up 20. That's the part they're going to have to work on.
Yeah.
But no, 49 points. They caught some breaks today. Got a couple interceptions. And they've taken full advantage of Gilford Belmont's shooting themselves in the foot. Mm-hmm. They're on the half-yard line. They're going in.
Yeah,
They center it back to the 23.
They actually ended up salvaging that because they ended up scoring.
Well,
I think on that pass.
That
play.
number 2 with that strike down the middle. What a great arm.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for that kid. I don't know why he's not starting.
So, I don't know. I can't read that clock, so I'm not sure what we got left for time.
I can't read it. Given up.
But they're going to kick off here with a pretty significant lead.
Looks like 8 minutes, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll run the ball some more. And we'll, tick it away. Hopefully this goes in the end zone. Oh, Squiggler.
And he lost it.
Oh, my goodness.
Got it back.
Good field position up to the 33-yard line. Good starting point for Gilford. Gilford Belmont. I got to see who their center is. He gave him hell today. I think number 2 is back at quarterback. This kid can throw.
He was impressive with that pass he threw. And
Good one to the sideline. Little tiptoe down there. Oh,
And we're going to have a flag probably on Plymouth.
You know what? Cole held on to him, though. He held on to him and put him down on the ground. It was out of bounds. That was not malicious, nor was it that's going to be 15 yardage regardless. They don't put those flags back in their pocket after they throw them.
So this is going to be marched off against the Bobcats. This will be 15 yards.
Yeah, that's... That gives Gilford a little hope, no? Inside Plymouth territory now. 46-yard line. Number 2, this kid's got a heck of an arm. He's got the 4 wideouts.
Oh, someone took...
We're coming with a blitz. Ball comes loose. Pointing Gilford way. Was he an arm in motion? That was a fumble, I guess.
And his wideout on this side looked like they left early, but there was no call.
It looked like they left early a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, that was good blitz. That was well called, well timed blitz.
Second and 21.
Nice catch. He slides away. He's
may
taking
go.
off.
He
This
may
kid's
go.
fast.
Oh.
Breakaway speed. Goby Cross caught him. Yeah, it's tough defending a good pitch and catch team.
So is this coming back? This looks like this play is coming back as well. I don't know where the yellow flag was, but it's coming back. I don't know what the call was on this, but it's obviously going against Gilford Belmont, and it's coming way back.
It's a hold. Why is the ball there, though?
Probably marked it from wherever the infraction occurred.
So they got the yard mark. They got the down marker just coming up.
So they got second, about 7 on this.
Number 10 is back in, throws a good shot out there. He's going to get the first down.
And again, it looked like one of the wideouts left early on that far side, but no call on that.
Number 10 was the one who was injured. They took off the field. He must be feeling better, obviously, but I tell you, number 2, that kid's good. Here comes a rush. Oh, he just hands it off.
He just kind of
to number 2.
Yeah, he just lateraled that forward and almost got a first down out of it.
All these guys are back next year for Gilford Belmont. They're going to be tough. Wasting no time. They line right up. He's back. Looking to come up in the pocket. Number 3 drops it right in front of him. And another flag.
On the play.
It's getting tedious.
Yeah, a lot of flags today. Both sides of the ball.
Too sloppy.
Winning 50-50 number 406 098 406 098.
Another conference out there. Figure out what's going on. Gilford, Belmont out of their huddle already. They don't even know where the ball's going to be. I don't know how they can call a play.
Looks like this one's going against Plymouth.
God, make up your mind. It is. It's a big one. Oh, 5 yards. First down. Move the chains. Inside the 20. No, they're going more. That's sloppy. Coaches are not going to be happy with that.
A lot of penalties, a lot of miscues.
Giving these guys second, third chances. It's not the way to do it. Another nice catch there. Good sure tackle by Cole Johnston. Right on him.
He only got a yard on that.
Second down. These guys are knocking on the door, though. There it is. With the easy grab.
Ooh.
God, I thought Cole could have grabbed that.
Yeah, it bounced off the Gilford receiver, and it looked like the Bobcats could have picked that off in the end zone, but it didn't happen.
The orange cone is down on that backside.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's supposed to be.
Third down 9.
3rd and 9. Got the 4 wideouts again. He throws it out there. Nice pitch and
nice
catch.
Looks like he's in.
They didn't call that.
They did not call it. No, it looked like he got in, but evidently he's a half-yard
No kidding.
shot.
Wow. Tell you, Gilford Belmont's got to feel pretty good about putting this many points on it.
Yeah,
Plymouth.
if they get in here, it's going to be the 4th touchdown.
This kid's alone in the backfield. Put that fullback in. Kid's a moose.
Well, hopefully they don't have that same play they ran down at this end where the center went 20 yards back.
Well, you had a running back next to him, so. The center is a junior. He'll be back next year. You better go to center school in the summer. I'm telling you, he made some terrible mistakes today. Going with the 4 wideouts again. They're only on the half yard line, aren't they?
Yeah, they're close.
Yeah, he's going to keep
they're
it.
sneaking it in. They're trying to sneak in. I don't know that he got there, though. No signal.
It's hard when you don't call it right away.
2nd and goal.
Didn't get in. Plymouth defense stiffening.
So we got 49-20. They're trying to get their 4th touchdown and narrow that lead a little bit. But we're getting late in the 4th quarter now.
They're only a yard out, aren't they?
Yeah, they're probably even inside the 1.
This 2nd down?
Yep.
Pitch back. Oh, my. Oh!
Bubbled, and it looks like that's recovered by
Can you
Plymouth.
see it? Can you believe it? Who picked that up? Is that Colby Cross? Johnny on the spot.
You know, they actually kind of ran a pitch out on that, and he was 3 or 4 yards back in his backfield.
Gilford Belmont has made way too many mistakes today.
Too bad. They had a nice drive going.
Way
there.
too many mistakes. They were down inside the 1.
Yeah, it's at the 3-yard line now.
Well, again, they put on, what do they have, 20 points?
Yep, 49-20.
Pretty good you put 20 on Plymouth's defense. Coach Lamb is not going to be happy about that. And they made a lot of mistakes, Gilford. It'd be a lot closer. Look at this up the middle. Fooled everybody. Going to get caught from the behind.
Quite get there. And who was that?
I think it's Ian Trider. He doesn't have that breakaway speed, but boy, he gets in the hole quick. That's a great run. Got him out of the hole up to the 50. A lot of running backs would have been gone, but you know, he's doing his job. That's a great run. Good job, Ian.
So just over midfield, 1st down, as that clock continues to run. We got about 4 minutes or so left.
I think we got to run the ball, huh?
I don't see them throwing it at this point. They're going to run this clock out if they can.
Quick one to Robert Oliver.
Yeah.
Breaks out to the side, stays on his feet for a good 5 yards. Hit that hole quick. Yeah, let's tick it away. I've given up on running time.
Well, we can't say it's been a defensive struggle today. It's definitely been a lot of offense, a lot of points.
It's going to be a rough week for these kids in the defensive end when Coach Lamb gets a hold of them. I can tell you that. And Gilford didn't make all those mistakes to be a lot closer. Cole Johnson over on the right. Quick handoff here. Gets clobbered for a yard loss.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 8.
That was the Swanson boy, Calvin. Got dropped right away. Just a sophomore. He's going to be good. Doesn't give it to him. He is back to pass. He's going to get dumped. Big loss there. On 3rd down. That surprised me.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even considered throwing it at that point. Now they got a 4th down. Are they going to punt it? It looks like that's what they're thinking.
They got it. Yeah. Gilford came in there. That was a great rush by Gilford. They're going to have a chance to get back on the board.
So Plymouth's going to punt here.
Is this the first punt of the game for them? Could be, right?
Might be. Remember, second punt. A little trickery back here.
A little razzle-dazzle. Doesn't fool Joey D'Ambruso. Special teams extraordinaire.
So Gilford, Belmont will have another shot. This will probably be their last shot at putting points on the scoreboard. This just over a minute, so they're going to have to do something quick.
Oh, so the running game does kill the clock. Yeah. Just over a minute.
I would assume they'll be throwing.
This game's over, but the lessons learned aren't. Got the 4 wideouts. Got our safeties creeping up a little. Back to number 2. He's got the arm. Look at this kid, wide open.
He was open. Maybe
who'd he get behind?
Inches. Number, was it 14 back there?
Colby Cross. We've had a number of our defensive backs beaten.
Yeah, he was.
By strides. If he put it on the hands. This kid, I think, has a better arm than their starter, number 10. He threw that beautiful strike down the middle for the 6. Again, the 4 wideouts. Got a little protection back there. Goes to the sideline. Get out of bounds. What are you doing, kid? And he's rewinding the clock. All he had to do was step out. Set up again with the 4 wide. They know the play. If he gives him time, he's going to let it. He's going to let it fly here. Rolling out for a little time. There's a good ball down the middle. Look at Gilford, and we picked it off. Oh my goodness! Going down the right sideline. He's got a little room. Taken out of bounds. Was that Brock Tanner?
I made a nice play out of that. 26?
Yeah, good for him. Just a sophomore. He's the one who got beat on that long pass earlier, playing defensive back. And this time he gets the bobbling, juggling pass, takes it back.
Well, I think we're going to see the victory formation now. So
That ought to do it.
we're well under a minute, so.
Yeah, we got Curtis Cross in there now. He's going to be the over center. He's going to take a knee. It's kind of a fun game. They got a lot to learn from this game, though.
A lot of points.
Tom Lamb has got a lot of work. But this team's going to be pretty fun to watch, Gilford Belmont, down the road. They got all those guys receiving.
Yeah.
They got two guys could wing it. That's the Neal. This game is over. Pemmy Baker TV with our producer, Andrew Fenn, and Granite State Sports Network. Terrific today. Beautiful day on the opening day for Plymouth, the home opener. And now they're 2-1.
2-1. They head to Kennett, who's 3-0 next Friday night. That'll be a big Division II game because they're both in the hunt. And this one, 49-20. Gilford Belmont certainly, I think, is going to be reckoned with and be a challenge for some teams as they go through the season. And the Bobcats, well, they've shown they're 2-1. They've shown they're in that hunt as well. Next week will be a big one for them at Kennett.
They got their work cut out for them.
Yep.
Good news is no injuries today. Nobody carried off the field.
So, Paul, great being with you again. I think this is our 4th year doing these games.
What a pleasure.
And we'll be seeing you next time down the road. And great win for the Bobcats. Good performance, I think, by Gilford Belmont. And we'll see you next time.
All righty.
Final score for the final time, the Plymouth Bobcats 49, Gilford Belmont 20.